Marcus, right here. Obviously, when you're facing two guys that are premium elite scorers, that's a challenge. But when you look at Brooklyn, what's the biggest challenge of facing their offense when you have two elite shot makers?
The way that they can score on every level, inside, outside, mid-range. And when you got guys like that, it makes any team that's playing against them difficult to play against. And it always gives them a fighting chance. So we understand how great those guys are. We understand it's going to take a full team effort, but we're up for the challenge.
Is this kind of the ultimate challenge for you? And it seems like you relish these type of challenges when it's up to you personally and as a team to, slow down these two guys.
Definitely. As a competitor, professional, you out there trying to win something and do something special for your team, in your city. Moments like this is what you do live for, and if you can't get up for these moments, you're in the wrong profession. We finna go out there and play two of the greatest basketball players in the game and to ever do it. So to be able to be on the same court and be able to go out there and compete and work and challenge with those guys is definitely something that I'm looking forward to at every single moment, and it's going to be fun.
Marcus, Bruce Brown said that with Rob out, they can go at Allen Tice. What do you think of that?
That's his opinion. I'm sure they got things over there that they're talking about that they would like to accomplish as a team, adjustments, and it's part of it. He said what he said. I'm a good friend of Bruce, and it's the competitive nature. I wouldn't expect him to say anything otherwise. Just like I wouldn't expect us to sit up here and say anything otherwise about our team. I feel like our team is where we at and who we are and the potential that we have. And I'm gonna let guys know. So I understand it, but like KD said, it ain't gonna be that easy, and that's just what it is. So it's his opinion. He said it. Let's go out there and play.
Hey, Marcus. Hey, Marcus. Going back to when Kyrie was here, you probably know as much about guarding him as anybody. Just what makes him not just such a great cover, but such a unique cover with all the different things he does?
He's truly a magician with the ball. He has what I like to call last minute moves, where you think you got him, and he always finds a way to get out of any type of situation he's in. That's a gift he has, and it's a gift that has proven to be successful for him, and he's mastered it. So from that standpoint, I'm sorry, in that aspect of the game, it's truly amazing to watch him be able to do those things. But being able to play with him for as long as I did, get to learn things from him, get to watch how he plays, and vice versa with him. I'm sure we both picked up some things about each other that we're definitely going to it's in the back of our mind. We're definitely going to put on display on Sunday.
Does he require an adjustment from your usual switching scheme?
I think they both do. I think the threat that they pose on that end of the floor for anybody, you're definitely going to make some adjustments. Now, how big of adjustments those are, what type of adjustments those are, we just have to wait. But you definitely have to be on your toes at all point of the game, even when he doesn't have the ball. And that's how much of a threat he is that he brings to this game, and you have to respect that.
Marcus, Ime said you wouldn't have been able to play the defense you played this year without Al. What did it mean to have him back in the fold this year? And when did you kind of know that he was the same player he was before in those years that he was here?
Definitely. I second that motion that what Ime's talking about. Al's been doing this, 15 years now, and the experience that he brings to this team, the experience that he brought to, with Rob, was huge for us. Al is the cool, calm, and collective guy to keep us cool, calm when things are going out. And, Al doesn't say much, but when he does, it's time to listen because what he's saying is important. And I think him being able to come in and not have to have that much importance as being the guy on that defensive end, and allowing Rob to do that has helped him because he has fresh legs, and he has more energy to help other guys while Rob is taking on that. And now we add Tice that also helps him again because he doesn't have to go out there and play fully at that 5 position and bang and like I said, those legs wear down on him. So he's been great. And I think for us, when he first got back, we kind of knew what he was going to bring and that we was getting the Al back. You could see it on his face. You could see it the way he comes in and work every day.
How difficult or easy has it been game planning for Kyrie and KD, especially since your team has only really played them once, both on the floor this season?
It's difficult. I mean, like we've been here saying, these 2 of the greatest players to ever do this. So it's different because it's a lot of things you got to cover with those guys. And but I've been playing 8 years. Al's been playing 15, and Jason and Jalen's been playing a couple years. So we've played these guys multiple times. Although it has been probably once this season, but we played. We have enough film and things like that to be able to go over, and vice versa with those. They played us multiple times. They've seen us years. They got the film, and it's just going out there and playing.
You guys played these guys last year in the playoffs, and obviously you're not going to roll over. But without Jalen, knowing how much talent they had, you probably went in that series like realistically knowing it was a long shot. How much has changed this year for you guys, and what you believe you can accomplish, and I guess why do you feel like that?
I mean, last year it was a long shot. But we definitely, we felt that, we're just gonna go out and compete. No matter what, we're down. That's not an excuse. So this year we're healthy. We, as can be, obviously with the Rob situation, and Ian his return. So we're as healthy as we've probably been ever. We've been playing some of the best basketball of our careers that we've been playing. So everybody's confidence is high. We understand we can't get too high on the highs, too low on the lows, and we also understand that. We have a great opponent that's coming in here Sunday in the first round that all our attention has to go to. And that's where our focus is. We're not taking anything for granted. We're not taking this team for granted. We're not taking ourselves for granted. We put in the work. We just got to go out there and execute. And we understand things are going to be perfect, but we just got to keep going.
Hi, Marcus. Good to see you. Curious about what has changed for you all in terms of your game prep, since now it is the playoffs, you know who your opponent is. What's changed and what does that look like?
It's just timing. It's more timing spent on, film. We have during the regular season, you don't get as much time to focus on a team, let alone one team. We have time. We have the film. So these days like this, where we come in and watch film and practice a little bit longer mentally, more than physically. So that's just what it is. Playoffs, every little detail counts and matters. So, we understand we're not perfect, but we're pushing for perfection.
And then just real quick to follow up with that, since this is Coach Udoka's first season as a head coach, you've been in the playoffs multiple times. Have you noticed anything different with him now in terms of preparing?
Actually, no, Ime's the same. I mean, we all know how Ime coaches. We know who he is as a person. We knew what he was as a player. He embodies it all still, and he brings that with his coaching style. Hasn't anything changed? He's still that hard-nosed, get up in you, not take anything from anybody guy. And that's the approach we have all year, and that's the approach we're going to continue to have.
Marcus, you talked about Kyrie being a magician, and you're arguably the best defensive player in the league this year. What is when the best defense goes against the best offense or great offense? What do you think consider stopping him or slowing him? Is it a number? Is it a way you play?
No, it's just making every shot in every possession that he has the ball as hard as possible for him. He's one of the greatest to do it for a reason. So we understand we're not going to shut his ward off all the way completely. We understand we're not going to stop him. He's going to score. He's going to hit tough shots, but we're going to make those shots as tough as possible for him.
Hey, Marcus. At mid-January, you guys were 3 games under 500. With all the talent on the team, what were you guys saying to each other then? And just what has contributed to, since then, you're the best team in the league. What's contribute? How the change?
For us, it was, we were down, we were upset because we understood the potential we had. We and we understood that we wasn't living up to it. And that was very frustrating for us because we put in the work and we just wanted to go ahead and let our work and results show, but they weren't in our favor. So we had to kind of hone each other back in on that standpoint that things are going to be okay. You know, it's early. It's early. We still got a chance to make something great happen. And we just got to continue to believe. You know, everything's new, everything's fresh, so it's going to take a little bit of time. And once we kind of understood that and kind of, I guess, in a way, took a deep breath, things started clicking for us. We started to see things more clearly. And like you said, we became one of the best basketball teams in the game ever since that time in January, since this new year started. So really for us, it's just really honing in on that. You know, it's going to take a little bit of time for us to get there. But when it does, it'll be worth it.
Marcus, one Zoom question from John Corrales, please.
Marcus, Ime said that you could tell that you guys were ready to play over the past few days. I know the week off is good to get rest, but can you just speak to the level of like being antsy and anxious to get out there and start playing against live competition against another team?
Oh, definitely. I mean, that's what we do. We want to go out and we want to hoop. You know, it's our passion, it's our love, it's our careers. It's something that we enjoy doing. So, you know, when you're so used to playing every other day, back-to-backs, and then you got a full week, it's like, oh my gosh, what's going on? Things feel different, but I mean, it's there. The energy is there. Guys are ready on both sides. I can speak for that. I'm sure, I know for a fact guys over here are getting to sleep because of that. And I'm sure same vice versa for those guys. But the playoffs and at this moment and at this stage is an exciting moment for everybody. And we just want to all go out there and prove that the work that we've been putting in, you know, can show the results for us in our favor. So we're definitely ready. And I think, you know, the way that we've been approaching is the reason why Ime can sense it and tell you guys that.
Thank you very much for your time, Marcus.
Thank you, guys.